Morning, children. Once again, I welcome you all for this online class. And today we are continuing with our Geography Lesson 1, Part 4. And this is the final part of our lesson. So, today we are going to study about motions of our earth. Motions means what? Movements. Okay, so how our earth moves and what are the rules it follows while moving. So we are going to study about them clearly. Okay. So when you look at the sky during the morning, okay, you could see the sun rising in the eastern side. Okay. And so after when times goes on, slowly the sun climbs up. Okay, so as time goes on, it slowly comes up. And during 12 o'clock, mid noon, the sun reaches your overhead. Okay, then after noon, slowly it goes towards the western direction. And finally, it will go to the extreme west and it will slowly set, isn't it? This is how every day in the morning, noon, and evening we watch as usual, isn't it? So, for our eyes, it seems that the sun is moving from east to west, isn't it? And our earth is uh, motionless. Okay, so actually, earth is not moving around, but only our earth is moving around the sun, isn't it? So, like for example, if you go, if you travel through a bus or any train, okay, so when you sit inside the train and if you watch the scenery through the window, it seems like the trees and the mountains which you see through the window looks like moving away from you. But really, in reality, only the train is moving. But because you sit inside the train, it looks like the things around the train are moving and the train is not moving. In the same manner also, since you live inside, you live in the earth, it looks like earth is not moving, but actually our earth is only moving. We are living in a moving earth. Okay, and so our earth is only moving and all the other the sun is not moving, only our earth is moving. So in order to study about the movements of the earth, you must know the shape and inclination of our earth. Okay, so our next topic will be shape and inclination of the earth. Okay, so what is the shape of our earth? It is spherical in shape. It is like a sphere. Okay, sphere is like ball shape. Okay, so look at the picture. So it rotates. It rotates in its axis. So what is the axis? Look at the straight slanting black line from North Pole to South Pole. It is an imaginary line. Imaginary line means it is not really any real line. Okay, for our understanding, we have drawn an mm, unreal line that is called imaginary lines. So, this imaginary line from North Pole to South Pole is the axis, that is the center point of our earth. And with this axis, our earth spins or it rotates from west to east direction in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and moreover, our earth is not rotating in straight manner, it rotates only in slanting. Okay, see, look at the picture, it is not straight, isn't it? the North Pole and South Pole, they are not straight. The line is not straight. It is slightly tilted, slanting. Okay. So the tilted angle of the earth is 23.5 degree. It lean towards side. Okay. So speaking in Tamil, பூமி நேராக சுற்றுவது இல்லை. அது 23.5 டிகிரி சாய்ந்த நிலையில்தான் சுற்றுகிறது. ஒரு பக்கமாக பூமி சாய்ந்து கொண்டு தான் சுற்றுகிறதே தவிர அது நேராக சுற்றுவது கிடையாது. Okay, then let's move on to the next topic. So rotation. Okay, so now we are going to study about how the rotation of earth occurs. So watch this video. Okay, so when you look at this video, you could see several things regarding the rotation. What is that? One is our earth rotation is the spinning movement of earth on its axis. So what is rotation? It is the spinning movement of earth in its axis. So what is the axis? Look at the pole at the top and bottom. That is the axis. Okay, then which direction our earth rotates? It rotates in anti-clockwise direction from west to east. Last class we studied, no? All our planets in solar system, they rotate in anti-clockwise direction except Venus and Uranus. Only the planets Venus and Uranus rotate in clockwise direction. Okay, so what is the time taken by Earth to complete one rotation? It takes 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 seconds to complete one rotation. So we call it a day. Okay, so our earth takes nearly 24 hours to complete one rotation. We call it a day. That is one day, one night and one day completes one day, isn't it? Okay, so the line which divides the surface of the earth into a lighted half and dark half is called terminator line. See, look at the picture. In this image, you could see one dark line, isn't it? So, one line dividing the light part and the dark part. Can you see the dark line? Yes, that dark line is called terminator line. So, this line divides the light from darkness. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next topic, revolution. So, what is revolution? So, watch this video.
When a planet or a moon revolves around an
See.
object, it is called revolution. The imaginary path around which an object moves is called its orbit.
Okay, so this is called revolution. The earth revolving around the sun is called revolution. Okay, earth going around the sun is called revolution. Okay, and here it is moving in elliptical path, which is called orbit. Okay, elliptical means oval shaped path, not round path. See here, this is not round path, isn't it? Look at left and right direction. The distance is far away. But look at the middle portion, the distance is very short. So this is oval shaped rotation, revolution. So the oval shaped path is called elliptical path. We call it orbit. Okay, now we move into solstice and equinox. So what are solstice and equinox? So look at the picture. So here, when the earth goes around the sun, it not only revolves around the sun, it also rotates itself. ஓகே, தமிழில் சொல்லணும்னா பூமி சூரியனை மட்டும் சுற்றுவது கிடையாது, அது தன்னைத்தானே சுற்றி கொண்டு பூமியை சுற்றுகிறது. ஸோ இட் ரொட்டேட்ஸ் அண்ட் அட் த சேம் டைம் ரிவால்வ்ஸ். Okay, so two things happening in same time. Earth is rotating itself and also it is going around the sun. So what happens? Always see, one particular portion of the earth faces the sun and other portion of the earth faces dark. So when the earth goes around the sun, okay, the part of the earth which is towards the sun will be day, and the part of the sun which is not facing the uh, part of the earth which is not facing the sun becomes night. So in this picture, see, look at the left and right part of earth. There is light and also there is darkness. So the darkness part of the earth is night and the lighted part of earth is the day. Okay. So look at the left part of the earth. So this here the north side of the earth is leaned towards the dark side. So here the northern pole is, look at the pole in the north. Look at the pole, isn't it? Northern part of the pole, upper pole, it is completely dark. So this is called winter solstice. It happens during December month, December 21st, 22nd. This happens. So here the during December, when the north pole when the north pole faces uh, in the dark, we call it winter solstice. But look at the picture in right side. Here north pole is towards the sun and the south pole is towards darkness, towards night. So this happens during June 21st. So this type of moment we call it summer solstice. Okay. So during summer solstice, the north pole will be facing the sun and south pole will be facing the darkness, night. During winter solstice, north pole will be in darkness and south pole will be facing towards sun. So here the polar regions, during winter solstice, 6 months the polar regions will be in dark. Okay, so it is called winter solstice. And in summer solstice, 6 months polar region will be dark. And especially in summer solstice, north pole will be 6 months sunlight, no sunset for 6 months. And in south pole during summer solstice, no sunlight for 6 months. For 6 months, it will be dark only. And in winter solstice, it exactly opposite happens. The north pole will become dark for 6 months, and in winter solstice, south pole will have sunlight for 6 months. So these are called summer solstice and winter solstice. Then equinox. Okay, so what is equinox? As we studied earlier, the path of the earth is not round in shape, it is elliptical path. So oval shape always, uh, sometimes it comes near the sun. Okay, sometimes it goes far away from the sun. So the point in which the earth comes very close to the sun, we called perihelion. Perihelion means it is the point in which the earth comes very close to the sun. Okay, and the point in which the sun goes the farthermore, the farthest place away, most away the sun goes, we call it anhelion. Okay, so during March 2021, the sun reaches closest to the sun, we call it equinox. So at this time during March 21st, the sunlight will be exactly upon the equator. Sunlight will directly fall on the equator, and our earth will have equal day and equal night, 12-hour day and 12-hour night. This is called equinox. So this equinox happens twice a year. One is during March 21st and another one is September 22nd. So we call them autumnal equinox and vernal equinox. In general, we call it equinox. That is, equinox means the equator will sunlight will directly fall on the equator, and the day and night will be equal. Okay, 12 hours day and 12 hours night. It happens twice a year. Okay. Okay, now we come into the final part of our lesson 1, that is spheres of our earth. So there are 4 spheres. Spheres you all know, isn't it? Our earth is round in shape, so we call it a sphere. So our earth has 4 types of spheres. What are they? Lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. So what is lithosphere? Already we studied about this, isn't it? Lithos means, it is a Greek word meaning rock. So the land portion, the solid portion of our earth is called lithosphere. See, the land in which we live, the continents, okay, the place where we built our houses, laying roads, okay, all the continents, countries, they are called lithosphere. Then hydrosphere. So what is hydrosphere? The watery part surrounding our earth is called hydrosphere. Hydro means water in Greek. So the oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ice caps on mountains, and water vapor in the atmosphere, they all comes under hydrosphere. Then the third portion is atmosphere. So atmosphere means what? Atmos means, in Greek it is called air. So the air part which envelops, which covers our earth, is called atmosphere. Okay, so when you stand in the ground, look up. So for particular distance above our earth, we have air, isn't it? So up to the portion in the sky where we have air, it is called atmosphere. So our atmosphere is filled with different types of gases. Okay, and major gases are nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen is 78 percentage and oxygen is 21 percentage in our atmosphere. And the last and final sphere of earth is biosphere. Bio means life in Greek. So the narrow belt of interaction where life exists. Okay, so in our earth, wherever life exists, plants or animals, so that place is called biosphere. Okay, so in different parts of our earth, we have different types of plants and animal life. So these are in different zones, we have different life. We call them biosphere. And the different zones in which different living beings live, we call it ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem. Okay, children. So with this, our lesson 1 of geography completes. If you have any doubts regarding lesson 1 geography, you send me message or call me in the mobile. I'll answer you. Okay. Okay, then we'll meet in the next class. See you all.